It seems to me that Christmas time is the only time we eat Brussels sprouts. I'm going to show you 3 ways to make them the star of your dinner table. This is going to be a fun experiment, but I have very high hopes that we're going to turn the humble Brussels sprout into something a little bit special. Get your sprouts ready. Right guys, so the first technique is the same as I use for the pak choy recipe I've got on my channel. Check it out if you want to do some pak choy. But what we're going to do is put a couple of tablespoons of cooking oil into this wok. Get that nice and hot. I've got Brussels sprouts here which are chopped in half, and we're going to put them face down into nice hot oil. Get them sizzling away. Okay, this is going to give us a little bit of a char and add some flavour. What we're going to do is we're just going to leave them like this, let them sizzle away. So we're going to sear these Brussels sprouts like this for 2 minutes. That's going to get us a nice caramelisation on the bottom side of the Brussels. And then I'm going to put a splash of water in, like so. And I'm going to put a lid on the wok. You can do this in a frying pan, just put something to cover it so it can steam, and leave it for a further 1 minute. So these are ready. Look, you can see a nice little char off the bottom. I'm just going to remove them from the pan. So now we've got our wok nice and hot again. I'm going to add another tablespoon, 2 tablespoons of cooking oil. So I've got 4 or 5 cloves of finely chopped garlic, a few slices of fresh ginger, and half a red chilli for a little bit of heat. If you don't like spice so much, then feel free to omit the chilli. Just fry this off. Try not to burn the garlic. Get all those aromatics going. The smell is just amazing. So now I'm going to add my Brussels back in and just fry them in. I reckon they would be nice just like that, but we've got something a little bit more special for you. I'm going to put in about 100 ml of water, not too much, and I've got 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce. And if you're vegetarian or vegan, you can get vegan oyster sauce from Chinese supermarkets these days. Also got half a teaspoon of sugar and a splash of light soy sauce. This already smells and looks more appetizing than the traditional Western way of cooking Brussels sprouts. I think if we did them like this all the time, we'd probably eat them a lot more. I say that because I'm preempting it. I don't know I've never done this before, so I don't know what it's going to taste like. I can just imagine it's actually going to taste really good. That's confidence for you, isn't it? Finally, I've got some cornstarch or cornflour, same thing, mixed in a little water. There's about 1.5 tablespoons here, and just add a little bit, stir it in. That should thicken nicely. You just got to judge it. Probably a little too thick, so I'm going to add a little bit more water. There we go. Et voila! Look at that. I think that looks rather splendid. Recipe number 2. I'm going back to one of my absolute faves when it comes to Chinese dishes. Satay, specifically Jimmy's satay. Jimmy's satay sauce. Okay, this is truly the best stuff ever. However, they did use one of my videos without permission, which is a little bit naughty. Now, if you want to send me a couple of case loads of your satay sauce, I think we can source it out. Source it out, get it? So again, what we're going to do is start with a nice hot wok. A couple of tablespoons of cooking oil. Swirl it around a bit. Nice and hot. Get it sizzling. I've got my Brussels sprouts again, chopped in half, just like that. Sliced in half so it cooks quicker. First thing I'm going to do is put my aromatics in. Onions and a garlic. Finely chopped garlic, about 3 cloves of, and half a white onion diced roughly. Get them going. Going to add my Brussels sprouts, and we're just going to start to fry them off again. Okay. Going to add some roughly chopped mushrooms to all that. And this could be a dish on its own because the mushrooms kind of add that meatiness of texture to that. I'm going to add a nice twist of salt and a grind of pepper. Notice I didn't add any salt to the oyster sauce based recipe because oyster sauce is salty enough. I added a touch of soy sauce for that soy flavour, but you have to be careful we don't go too salty. Here is the pièce de résistance. Right, I'm going to add around 2 big tablespoons of Jimmy Sate sauce. That's what it looks like. It looks a bit brown. Trust me, it's good stuff. Okay. I end up making mine quite spicy because I just love the flavour, and because of that I like to add quite a lot. If you're not quite sure, add 1 tablespoon and see how you go. But I'm just going to coat everything in this sauce. Okay. And to that I'm going to add a splash of water, a little bit more. Now I'm not going to go crazy with the water because I don't want it to be saucy, if you know what I mean. I want it to be more of a kind of sticky coating, and that's fine. You can see it kind of being quite runny here, but that doesn't matter because it's going to evaporate a little bit as we cook it. Okay. I think what I like about Brussels sprouts especially is that really vibrant green it gives off. It's so colourful. Splash of light soy sauce, just a little bit. I'd say that's about half a tablespoon. And I'm also going to add about a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half of honey, because the sweetness just really goes well with this satay sauce. This one's more of a stir-fry dish, and you can make it as saucy or as dry, if you like, as you want. And you could also add protein to it if you wanted. But if you want to keep it strictly vegetarian, I mean, you know, we're heading into the festive period, and after that, maybe we all want to be a bit good. And you can use up all the leftover Brussels sprouts that you never cooked. There you go, guys. I think we're done. Again, they should be firm, but tender, not raw, but they should be firm. Like all Chinese vegetables, we need that crunch to them. Not soggy like we normally cook Brussels sprouts. Check that out, guys. Check that out. This video is sponsored by us. Chow with Lao, our new website, chowwithlao.com, is now live. You can come over and see our latest recipes, blogs and news, and visit our merch store. We've got hoodies, we've got aprons, we've got hoodies, we've got caps, mouse mats, the lot. Have a little look. You can have my face on nearly anything. Isn't that exciting, guys?
It's so adorable as well.
And third, but not least in our Brussels sprout trilogy, those are words I never thought I'd ever say. Deep fried crispy Brussels sprouts. Just like how we do Chinese restaurant seaweed, okay? If you watch the video I made about making seaweed, a lot of the times the restaurants don't use seaweed because fresh seaweed is actually hard to come by. So they use Savoy cabbage or spring greens. Brussels sprouts, I believe, are closely related to cabbage. which is why they look like mini cabbages. And the texture and the structure of their little leaves, very, very similar. So what I've done is I've shredded them into this kind of size. Don't make them too small, because if you shred them too fine, it's going to burn. Because being so small, they're just going to burn in the hot oil, and you don't want that. So, for the first time ever, deep fried crispy Brussels sprouts. Let's go. Nearly forgot. This is such a great way of using up all the leaves that fall off when you're prepping your Brussels sprouts. So if you do this, especially if you're prepping a boatload of Brussels sprouts, which we tend to do at this time of year, is that these won't go to waste anymore, because we tend to just chuck them, don't we? Right, so I've got my little pan here. It's less than a third filled with oil, because we want to keep it nice and safe. So we've got our oil nice and hot. Going to chuck in a leaf to see how hot. That's pretty good, I feel. Right, obviously, as per usual, be careful when you're deep frying anything. I'm going to use my spider to lower the Brussels into the oil. Yeah, we don't want any accidents. Don't try to overload the oil. Do it in small batches, not too small, but enough like this, so we're not overwhelming the oil and it's not coming up the sides. If you put too much in anyway, it's going to cool the oil down too fast, and you're not going to be able to make a crisp. You're going to kind of steam them in the oil. Right guys, moment of truth. Well, I'm going to try the crispy Brussels sprouts first, because otherwise they're going to go soggy if I wait too long. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? Yeah, that's crispy. It's gone all kind of light. That's nice. Do you know what I forgot? Tiny little twist of salt. This is perfect for sort of sea salt, rock salt, that sort of thing, because it isn't too salty. This is really good. I don't know why I'm laughing. That is amazeballs. In fact, I've had it from restaurants that don't taste as good as this. Who knew? I'll tell you what you could do. If you wanted to be a bit fancy with your Christmas lunch, right? Christmas dinner, you could serve this up as a starter. Yeah, you're all getting Brussels sprouts. Everybody goes, oh, not Brussels sprouts again. Then you present them with this. How cool would that be? You know, especially if you're doing a fancy Dan kind of Christmas lunch and people are going, Brussels sprouts? You give them something a bit different, eh? How cool. And again, because you can use kind of bits of offcuts of the Brussels sprouts and bits that fall off when you're prepping them, perfect. And everybody's got like tons of Brussels sprouts after Christmas because they didn't use them all. There you go. 1 for 1. 1 for 1. Now I'm going for the Brussels sprouts done in the style of pak choy, the first one. Cheers. Merry Christmas. That is so good. And close your eyes. You wouldn't know you were eating Brussels sprouts. We ought to eat more Brussels sprouts, you know. I know it's a winter vegetable, but I'm sure you can get them. They're cheap, apart from peak season. And they're good for you. Got loads of vitamins, packed with vitamins and minerals, iron. This oyster sauce is amazing with it. It's just so nice. It cuts through the bitterness is gone. Honestly, if they served this to you in a Chinese restaurant, apart from the look of it, you wouldn't know. I'm actually amazed. The garlic and the chili is really mild. I use mild chilies, but there's a little bit of heat in the background. The garlic and the ginger just kind of melt into the sauce, melt into the flavors of everything. That's just classic Chinese. That's just what it does. Absolutely beautiful. I wonder what this would be like if you had it with turkey. Maybe we should do the turkey balls. Sweet and sour turkey balls. Maybe next year. Maybe a bit late for this year, but that, yeah. The Chinese are taking over. And finally, last but not least, Sate Brussels sprouts. That's something you wouldn't expect to find on a Chinese restaurant menu, is it? What can I say? That is so good. Satay is my favourite sauce when it comes to Chinese cooking. I'm sure it is. It's got that heat. It's got that undertones of peanut. It's the texture of it. It's just nice. It's kind of thick. That hint of sweetness I got from the honey. It's just beautiful. It's not. It's one of those. The spice from it is a warming spice. It can be hot. I mean, sometimes I make it a bit even too hot for me, but it's a nice heat. I'm a sucker for sweet dishes, so a little bit of sweetness running through this is just beautiful. And it's not like it's kind of smothering away the flavour from the Brussels sprout. It's just complementing it, because it isn't like totally overpowering. It's just satay tends to complement everything it goes with. You know, it doesn't obliterate what it's going with. It just kind of goes with it. And the Brussels sprouts, still crunchy, but they're not raw. They're nice. They're tender and crunchy. It's just that middle ground. This is what, like I said before, this is the way Chinese people do it. Keep the vegetables from going too soggy. What can I say? Chinese recipes and techniques can turn anything into something special. Although I feel that the Brussels sprout is very underrated. It's almost like we have to have it at Christmas because we have to have it at Christmas, right? But if you can apply a little bit of flavour, a little bit of technique to the cooking, it is an amazing ingredient. We all know about Chinese vegetables like pak choy, gailan, all the good stuff. Brussels sprouts, we would never put it on the same level, but I tell you what, it's interchangeable. It really is. It's so nice. And like I said before, they're so good for you and they're cheap, apart from when you buy them just before Christmas. This is a great way of using Brussels sprouts up. Like I said, the surplus that we have because we buy too many before Christmas. Don't chuck them away. Don't just boil them and have them because you have to. Add some flavour. From our family to your family, have a wonderful Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous new year. And we'll see you in 2026. Happy Christmas!
Happy Christmas!